The NCAA decided this year that they were going to allow players to get paid. Please go back to previous episodes, do a little episode search on NIL, and all you have to do is follow the MONEY. We talked about some quotes of people like Nick Saban saying, well, Alabama's now not going to be able to compete. Well, because you were cheating on your own this time, and now everybody's doing the same thing. Well, yesterday the NCAA came out with a bit of a announcement. College leaders apparently are going to try to crack down on NIL collectives. They're going to explore guidelines that reinforce that boosters are prohibited from recruiting. Sorry, can I just say that again? 469. The NCAA would like to crack down and reinforce the fact that boosters are prohibited from recruiting. What a bunch of horse hockey. Boosters have been recruiting players since the beginning of time, and you basically codified it by making the quiet part loud. Boosters go to players and they say, hi, would you like to come to my school? I'd like to give you $1 million. Do you think the boosters are the scouts? Do you think the boosters are evaluating the talent? It's like a joke. So you think for 1 minute that coaches, assistant coaches in professional and college sports, that's a Freudian slip. The way it works is, you see, it's the train moves and not the station. Thank you, John Lovitz. The way it works is that the coaches identify who they are trying to recruit. They go to the boosters and they say, excuse me, would you mind making a call? What's our budget again? Oh, $12 million? This guy is worth about 2 of it. Just call him, let him know. Cut a deal. We can't be involved in that. Colleges and universities are working together with boosters. It's just over the table now, not under the table. You think that the guy in Miami, what is his name, Coca? Jose Ruiz, the guy who's funding all of the University of Miami sports, the guy who wants to build a baseball stadium, a soccer stadium, wants to buy a baseball team, build a soccer stadium, buy the soccer team, whatever he wants to do. One of those lawyers who apparently is a billionaire. He's been spending money hand over fist. We discussed him yesterday. Wait, what day did we discuss, Coca, that there was a player who wanted to renegotiate his deal because someone else had a bigger deal? I don't know if you recall that. I think it was on a recent show. And the concept was that a player got paid X dollars. He then found out that another player coming to the school was paid Y dollars. Y was greater than X. And he said, I'd like a raise. And the booster came out and said, raise? We're not renegotiating. That's the money that you're getting. If you don't like it, don't take it and move on. Isaiah Wong from Miami. You think it was last Friday? That's a good call if you're right, Coca. If you can actually remember that, that would be awfully impressive. But it was Miami, which means it did involve Joe Ruiz. So what exactly were you thinking, just out of curiosity, when NIL happened? I've got the solution. So pay attention, Mark, although you're leaving the NCAA. Pay attention, Nick, and everybody else. Why don't we just call it what it is? Why don't we make all of college players employees? I used to be so against it, but they really are now. They're getting paid like employees. Put them on the payroll of the university. And then we institute, wait for it, a salary cap. What if college sports, college football specifically, college basketball in addition, not the polo team, what if we had a salary cap? And actually you had a GM of a college roster who had to put a team together, and the money for the salary cap, if you want to get to the salary cap, comes from boosters, donors. Do you know that when boosters are giving money to players, they're not giving money to the university? Do you know the way boosters used to work? Is that money would go to the players, but really a good amount of money would go to the school. But if you are a booster or a donor and you've got $10,000 to give away to your alma mater, and you want that $10,000 to be used for endowing a science professor or some sort of research or some sort of capital project, that's $10,000 that is used and counted on by the university in its budget. Budgets are made up of endowments, investment returns, so you use money from your endowment to help cover your budget deficit, which all schools have by definition, no matter what. You have financial aid you have to pay, you have professors you have to pay, you have running the plant, running the campus. It is a huge, huge business, a university. Huge. When money comes from donors, there is a budget for the amount of money that you are going to get from a donor, and then that money is allocated across different departments, different fields of interest. When you're giving $10,000, sometimes you can specify where that money is going to go, and sometimes it goes into a general fund where the school's in charge. But if instead that $10,000 goes to a player, then you're not going to all of a sudden give $20,000 because you also wanted to make sure there was a mathematics professor who got a TA or some sort of building got built or improvement got made to an existing building. You're not doubling your donation. The school uses the money how the school wants to use it. So boosters now are giving all this money to players, and it is coming at the expense of money going to other parts of the university where it becomes so important. And Coca says, but don't worry, if you get the better players because you're giving the most money to the players and then they win, you can get a better TV deal, you can raise your season ticket prices, you can get more people in the seats, you can get more money from conference championships and appearances, blah, 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 blah. Nope. The reason why that's wrong is that before this NIL system came into play, that was still happening. So there's no incremental dollars coming. The dollars are now going to players. And if you don't have the concomitant increase in revenue to offset your increase in expenses, then something else has to get cut because you're not going to dip into your endowment over a certain percentage. Period. So the NCAA needs to look at what NIL is happening and figure out what I believe is accurate, that these young players are making too much. Now, get ready. Everyone's going to get upset with me. David, it's a free market. You told them all they're free agents. In a free market, you get whatever the market can bear. And you're right. That's true. But we also have the right in a free market to give you the rules of engagement. And the rules of engagement will be that you can put your 60-man roster together and you've got $10 million to do it. Good luck. Because if the boosters are willing to give $2 million, they're willing to give a total of, if you have a payroll of $60 million or $10 million, whatever the number is, and you've got boosters who are willing to donate more, guess what? You're still letting them be boosters. You're still letting them give that money because they've got tax reasons to give it. It's what they want to do to be BSDs in their alma mater or around campus or have access to the athletes. But then you'll have extra cash for the rest of the things in the university that matter to way more people. So many times we're caught up, oh my God, in Alabama, that's all everyone cares about is football. As long as you have a good football team, we're good. University of Miami, oh, we got to return the Hurricanes to prominence. Wouldn't you like to have an employee from an employee? 469. Wouldn't you like to have a diploma from a university where its reputation was better today than it was when you were there? When you tell people where you went to school and it has this aura of importance that can help you make more money in your particular job, don't you want to be surrounded by the smartest people, the smartest professors who can help you be the smartest you can be the best you can be? It's why we have great coaches in college. We want the players to be the best players they can be on the field. There is a lot more in the university than just sports. And NIL has brought such a focus onto the payment of players that I am now giving in. pay the players, make them employees, but give me a salary cap.